The golden retriever lay motionless by the side of the road, his once glossy coat matted and dirty, his breathing shallow and labored. His big, brown eyes, usually filled with warmth and joy, were now clouded with pain and confusion. He didn't understand why his family had left him here, in the middle of nowhere, with nothing but a tattered blanket and a bowl of water. He had been a loyal companion, always ready to wag his tail and shower them with love. But now he was alone, sick and scared. The cars whizzed by, their drivers oblivious to his suffering. He let out a weak whimper, his body trembling with fever. Would anyone stop to help him? Or would he die here, forgotten and abandoned? The golden retriever, named Max by his former family, had always been a happy and healthy dog. He loved playing fetch in the park, going for long walks, and curling up on the couch with his humans. But when he started showing signs of illness, lethargy, loss of appetite, and a persistent cough, his family's attitude toward him changed. They no longer had time for him, no longer wanted to deal with the mess and the expense of taking him to the vet. And so, one cold morning, they drove him to a remote stretch of road and left him there, hoping that someone else would take care of their problem. Max didn't understand what was happening. He watched as the car drove away, his tail giving a feeble wag, thinking it was just another game. But as the hours passed and no one came back for him, he began to realize the truth. He had been abandoned. The thought broke his heart, but he didn't give up hope. He had always been a fighter, and he wasn't about to let this be the end. As the sun set and the temperature dropped, Max's condition worsened. His body ached, and his breathing became more difficult. He tried to stand, but his legs were too weak. He lay his head down on the cold ground, his eyes closing as he drifted in and out of consciousness. He dreamed of his family, of the happy times they had shared, and wondered why they had left him. What had he done wrong? Was he not good enough? Just as he was about to give up, he heard a sound, a car slowing down. He lifted his head weakly, his heart pounding with hope. Was someone coming to help him? The car pulled over, and a woman stepped out. She was young, with kind eyes and a gentle smile. She approached Max slowly, speaking to him in a soft, soothing voice. "Hey there, buddy," she said. "You look like you've had a rough day. Let's get you some help, okay?" Max's tail gave a weak wag as the woman knelt beside him. She carefully wrapped him in a blanket and lifted him into her car. He didn't know where they were going, but he trusted her. For the first time in days, he felt safe. The woman, whose name was Emily, was a veterinary technician on her way home from work. She had seen Max lying by the side of the road and couldn't bear to leave him there. She drove straight to the animal hospital, where her colleagues rushed to help. Max was severely dehydrated and malnourished, and he had a serious respiratory infection. The vet warned Emily that his chances of survival were slim, but she refused to give up on him. She stayed by his side day and night, administering medication, feeding him by hand, and whispering words of encouragement. Days turned into weeks, and slowly but surely Max began to recover. His coat regained its shine, his eyes sparkled with life, and his tail wagged with joy. He had found a new purpose in life, thanks to the kindness of a stranger. Emily decided to adopt him, giving him the loving home he deserved. Max quickly became a beloved member of her family, bringing laughter and happiness to everyone he met. But the story doesn't end there. Emily was so moved by Max's resilience and spirit that she started a non-profit organization dedicated to rescuing and rehabilitating abandoned animals. Max became the face of the organization, inspiring countless people to open their hearts and homes to animals in need. Together, they saved hundreds of lives, proving that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. Max's story is a powerful reminder of the impact that one act of kindness can have. Every year, thousands of animals are abandoned and left to fend for themselves. But with your help, we can change that. Consider adopting a rescue animal, volunteering at your local shelter, or donating to organizations that work tirelessly to save lives. Together, we can create a world where no animal is ever left behind.